law by written notice to the Morristown Daily Record, the official newspaper of the town of Morristown. Notice was also posted on the bulletin board at Town Hall and on the town website and filed with the office of the town clerk of the town of Morristown. I do further state that I shall enter into the minutes of this meeting a statement that such notice was furnished as particularly described by me in this public announcement. I will take a roll call. Councilwoman Foster.
Here.
Councilman Iannicone.
Here.
Councilwoman Lindsay is excused this evening. Councilman Silva.
Present.
Councilman Umbriak.
Here.
Councilman Russo.
Here.
Council President Polipchuk.
Here.
Mr. President, you have a quorum.
Thank you, Ms. Kay. I'll ask for a moment of silence. And please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you, everyone. Ms. Kay?
There are 6 items on the consent agenda this evening. I'm going to separate out item number 1, the approval of minutes from the March 24th, 2026 Town Council regular meeting. May I please have a motion to adopt the minutes?
Motion to adopt the minutes.
Second?
Councilman Foster?
Abstain.
Councilman Iannicone?
Yes.
Councilman Silva?
Yes.
Councilman Umbriak?
Yes.
Councilman Russo?
Yes.
Council President Polipchuk?
Yes.
Motion carried. Minutes are adopted. Next, I would ask for a motion to adopt consent agenda items number 2 through 6.
Motion to adopt consent agendas items 2 through 6.
Second?
On the adoption of those items, Councilwoman Foster?
Yes.
Councilman Iannicone?
Yes.
Councilman Silva?
Yes.
Councilman Umbriak?
Yes.
Councilman Russo?
Yes.
Council President Polipchuk?
Yes.
Motion carries. Those items are adopted. At this time, I will open the floor for a public hearing on any matter. When called upon, please approach the microphone, state your name and address, and limit your comments to 3 minutes or less. Be advised that any derogatory comments targeting members of council and/or administration may be ruled out of order.
Does anyone like to address the council? Ma'am?
My name is Ellen Seckler. I live at 10 Carolyn Court. I feel like this is deja vu. I think it's like just about a year ago that I came here to find out the status of the pickleball courts, because the current solution that you have is nothing but laughable. 18 hours for a whole week is ridiculous. You might as well not even have anything open because it's so restrictive, nobody can play there. So I'd like to know what update is you've had to find an acceptable location.
At the conclusion of the public comment, we'll address the...
Okay.
Thank you.
Are there any other members of the public wishing to speak to council?
How you doing? My name is,
Please get close to the microphone, sir. State your name and address.
yeah, my name is David Cook. This is my son, David Richard Cook, 37 Speedwell Place in Morristown. We just had a couple of issues that we wanted to address. First, y'all know about the tragedy that had happened in front of my house where the guy got killed. The traffic lights out there need to be changed. They need the walk signs that they have all through Morristown to tell the pedestrians when to walk, when traffic to go. You know, I've been living there close to 32 years now, and we done seen a number of accidents. Actually, a car last year, the year before last, Easter Day, a car actually drove through our house, a drunken driver, and which was tragic to all of us. I just recently lost my mother. I just got back in town. I've been on leave of absence for maybe about 6 weeks now. When I came back to town, we've been having a problem with the town inspectors, I think they're called. One in general, I don't want to mention names, you know, I want to call out people, but we had constantly called the mayor, we called his boss, we constantly getting these bogus tickets. You know, I just talked to the head of the department today. He was just on the job, I think he's had 2 months. We got a ticket that was unreadable that I have in my pocket right now that says that I have clutter on my porch. How can you call, it might be clutter to you, but that's my property. You know, I was told to take this stuff out of my backyard because it was visible to the public. So I put it on my porch and I still get a ticket for it. I don't understand the rules that's being applied, and I think it's got to the point where it's a vengeance type thing. Because I went to court because I put my garbage cans on a certain spot all the time. I'm trying to keep this short, I'm sorry, but it's some things that I need to say. My son wants to say something also. But I put my garbage cans at the end of my property so I can easily take them out to the curb on my garbage days. I was told that I got a ticket for having my garbage there because it was visible to the street. I'm not gonna put it in my backyard where the raccoons can get to, and then the town has a bigger problem. So I brung it to court. The judge basically threw it out, said it's ridiculous. Why would this man have to move his garbage cans someplace that he had for the past 20-odd years to where you say that I need to have my garbage cans to? We had a house broken into. We was displaced for 6 months when the car came through our house. We was displaced for 6 months. There was people shopping in our house. They came in, they sold property for him. You know, when I talked to the town guy, they was like, well, your neighbors might be complaining. Where was they at when people was breaking into our house and taking our stuff?
Council President, I'm sorry.
Sir, your time is up, but please stick around after the meeting. I'll give you my card and we can talk
Yeah,
in
my
more.
son wants to say something.
Sure.
I just wanted to, oh yes, hi. Hi. My bad. David Richard Cook from 37 Speedwell Place. Pleasure to meet you. I just wanted to talk to the mayor personally because this has been an ongoing issue for well over 5 years. So, as my dad already covered, he already covered a good portion of everything, a little like you. But yeah, he covered a portion of what's been happening. But alongside with all of that, outside of the car accidents that's been happening in front of our house, which I do have the footage of the guy getting hit by the car, which, you know, just full disclosure, it's pretty nasty looking. But either way you look at it, things have been ridiculous around our house for 5 years. I don't know who these neighbors are who's complaining to the mayor of this town and saying that we're, you know, in violation of all these violations. But after 5 years, I'm starting to believe that this is personal. Which, yeah, I don't know if you guys know about it or not, but it really does feel personal. So I just wanted to sit down, talk to the mayor, talk to whoever was complaining about it, so we can sit down, discuss this as reasonable people, and, you know, just move on with our daily lives. I mean, there's enough going on around the world as it is. We don't need to come home to where we need to feel safe for us to wake up or spin out of our beds in the morning and answer to a complaint from somebody who complains about it to try to reason with things. You know what I mean? That's all I want.
David, tell them about the parking.
Oh yeah, not to mention the parking that you guys enforced, the public parking rules, where you said, and I quote, that where I live on 37 Speedwell Place, it's public parking. And thanks for the heads up, Dad. But yeah, the public parking that you guys said that was there after the 9 months we spent in Flown Park to come back home, and only for us to hear that it's public parking in front of our house after so many years that we had to get a permit to park in front of our house. And I spent the past 8 months trying to get a permit to park in front of my house with the car that I own, only to spin around to hear that there's several other people who live on Sussex or on the street down from there or down the street from further from there, more or less trickle down to where we live to park to where we at so we don't have nowhere to park. And the only reason I parked there is because when I parked my car in my house last time, I got a letter from the town saying that my car, since the registration was expired, that it's in violation of where it is and it has to either be removed or I get my license suspended. That was from you guys. So, like I said before, just want to talk to the mayor, mano y mano, so we can handle this in the most diplomatic way known possible. Is that a clean way to say it? All
Thank you,
right.
sir.
Nice hair, by the way.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, David Richard Cook, 37 Speedwell Place, and I approve this message.
Good evening, Mayor and members of the Town Council. My name is Paula Zimmen, 19 Gallagher Road. I am a member of the Morristown Shade Tree Commission, and I volunteer with the Burnham Park Association. We're in Ward 3. I volunteer regularly in those positions in our town parks, and I, as part of my job, both with the Shade Tree Commission and volunteering with the Burnham Park Association, is I manage invasive plant species. Through that work, I have seen firsthand how much time, effort, and taxpayer resources it takes just to keep existing invasives under control. What I've also seen is this. By the time a plant is officially recognized as a problem, it's often already widespread and much harder and more expensive to manage. That's why I strongly support adding emerging invasive species to our ordinance, which is Ordinance 009-2026. This is a proactive and cost-effective approach. It allows us to act early before these plants take hold, outcompete our native species, damage habitats, and increase long-term maintenance costs. Invasive plants don't just affect ecosystems, they impact our park usability, our tree health, our stormwater management, and overall landscape quality in our community. From a volunteer perspective, early action makes an enormous difference. Removing a small patch of emerging invasive species is manageable. Trying to control acres of it in a few years later is not. By including emerging invasive species in the ordinance, we're giving our town a critical tool to stay ahead of the problem instead of constantly reacting to it. I appreciate your consideration and your continued support of maintaining our healthy and resilient public spaces. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Any other members of the public? All right, seeing none, we'll close the public comment. Any members of the council want to address?
Council President, if I could just raise a legal issue.
Sure.
There was a speaker who raised an issue regarding code enforcement violations. There is a venue which those matters are heard. It is not this one. It is our municipal court. If any individual feels that they were wrongfully given any housing code violation, they have an opportunity to be heard before a municipal court judge. And I would recommend to any council member, if there is a pending matter that's before that court, I would highly recommend that you not engage with anyone who's a current litigant on any of those matters. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you to the Shade Tree Commission. I'm sure the mayor will touch on this, but April 25th, we have the Arbor Day celebration, so looking forward to that, but thank you for all you do in town.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna,
Yeah.
sure.
So you guys want to address the pickleball?
I'm gonna address two things. The first, well, you wanna address the pickleball, you can.
Which one? Which?
First, speedball place. I don't get complaints. Like, I don't get property maintenance complaints sent to my office. So wherever they go to either a portal on the website, or they go directly to, we're not gonna go back and forth. But I don't directly get calls for property maintenance. So nobody's calling my office complaining to me about you. Just so we're clear, that's not how the system works in Morristown. So if there's a complaint, if your neighbor's complaining, they can either call property maintenance, or they can put a request in on the portal in the website. As far as parking, I'll look into the parking issue. But as far as property maintenance, I do not run the property maintenance division. They don't answer to me. The business administrator runs the side of that part of the government. If you have reached out to my office, this is the first I'm hearing about it. So hold on, we're not gonna go back and forth.
No, I'm not trying
So-
to go back.
No, we can't go back and forth. My office is on the second floor. Kristen Wedderburn is my assistant. See her tomorrow, schedule an appointment to come see me, and then we'll talk about it. but this is the first I'm hearing about it. So if you had emailed me or called the office, I did not get a message that you called me.
I spoke to someone today who called me
Um,
back.
Council
Sir,
President, you
we can't go back and forth
can't-
now.
The public session's over. I'm just answering what you said so you get the facts. 973-292-6629 is my office number. Call my assistant, set up a time to come see me. And then you can see the business administrator or the person who runs property maintenance. Because I don't get the complaints. It doesn't come to my office. But now you put it on my plate, so now come see my assistant and set up a time to come see me. That's it, and we're good. And I like what you had to say about doing it diplomatically. I think it was.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to talk to you one-on-one.
Sir,
No, it's all good. And you come to my office, both of you come to my office, set up an appointment to come see me. Pickleball. Where's the pickleball? Is there any lots on Catherine Lane that I could put pickleball courts? Because it is, as the councilman and I toured that and spent many hours out there listening to pickleball, that neighborhood has at least quieted down a bit because of the pickleball. We are looking at down on Bishop Nasri Way, where it makes the bend, where the grass is on that, and is it in the capital budget? Okay, so it's in the capital budget, when we pass the budget, so you're gonna get pickleball courts. What? It was funded last year, so it goes this year. All right? So you'll get your. You know, I mean, I wish I had a warehouse where I could build indoor pickleball courts, but Morristown being the size it is, we just don't have, one, we don't have land. And as you know, if you're pickleball players, I know John's a big pickleball player, and some of you guys might play pickleball. I do not play pickleball. My wife constantly trying to get me to play pickleball. But it's a very exploding sport. I wish they may have created a ball that's a little quieter. And hopefully technology will eventually take over and pickleball will stay the same, but the technology will get better with the ball and it won't be so loud. But indoor, it seems to be growing indoor facilities. I wish I had a facility I could do indoor pickleball court, because I think as far as a business, I think it would do really well, and we could sure use the revenue. So rest assured, it's there, it's coming, and maybe I'll come watch. But I don't think I'll play. So that's where we are with those two issues, and I expect to talk to them whenever they make the appointment to come see.
Yeah.
I think that's all I got.
I just want to add to, Ms. Zimmerman, thank you for talking about the ordinance.
Oh,
It's on the agenda today, obviously, and
It's on the agenda.
it's a good thing, and I think this council is going to find it in favor. Mr. Cook and Mr. Cook, I'm the councilman that represents your ward. I know that intersection very well. I live down the street from it. I had a conversation with the administration, police chief, and Warren Public Safety, not just about the tragedy that happened a few weeks ago, but pedestrian safety all over town. And it was a very productive meeting, and I think we're going to be taking a lot of steps to fix a lot of issues. I don't have any specifics yet. We literally just had the meeting yesterday. But it is something that's on our radar and also on the administration's radar to be addressed, so.
And I don't want to take up a lot of time on this. I met with somebody from the governor's office today on light sequencing and different things that we're dealing with, traffic and lights. Morristown's majority of lights are state-run and county-run. So I believe that's county lights where that intersection is. On Sussex, the county road, so that's more than likely a county light issue. I get a lot of complaints that the walk signs, they can't walk, but people don't realize they have to push the button. If they push the button that's down there, the walk sign works in sequence to pushing that button to let the light sequence know that there's people there to cross. A lot of people don't do that, but there has to be a little bit more. Technology has not caught up with the light sequencing in our state, not just Morristown, but our state. So I've put a request in through our aide for the governor's office to, if there's a pilot program, we want to be part of it. Make us the test case for light sequencing, change the way we do our lights and the way our traffic moves. So I made that request. We did have a great meeting with the council president on different ways that we can improve public safety and dealing with our intersections. And so we're looking forward to that. So thank you for coming and. Yeah, there's no button at that button. Okay, so that's a county light. The state ones have the button. If you notice, there's a traffic beacon that was just installed on Hamilton and
South.
South.
Yeah.
That's a, what do you call it, a special word, it's a rapid flashing, says a lot of seniors live there, they have to cross to go over to Kings. So they put the frame up, they didn't connect it yet. And that's one of the reasons why I brought him in today, to please work on getting the rest of it done so that works.
And Morris and King.
Yeah, so it's a constant with the county and state, because we have most of our roads that go through Morristown are all county and state roads. Our side streets aren't, but the main thoroughfares are county and state. But thank you for coming and speaking, and we'll figure it out.
And to your point, Mayor, too, my professional background is denying that stuff, too. If there is a button at the intersection, push it. It does make a difference. They're not placebo effects. They change the timing of the signal. So I tell people that every time, and people still don't do it. But
And our engineer is right next to you in the back. Anthony, could you send him an email on that, send the county an email on that intersection, on the light sequencing, and see if we can get some buttons installed? All right? You see, she already texted them for your intersection, the business administrator. That's Jillian Barrick. That's somebody you're going to want to speak to.
all right, now we'll move on to the mayor's
All right,
proclamations.
okay, so come on, Kristen. We've been doing this for a number of years.
Stop arguing.
I didn't talk about the invasive species. I mean, Kristen brought this to our attention in the office a month and a half ago, 2 months ago. I don't know, that's her wheelhouse, not my wheelhouse. However, one of the things I wanted to make sure that we were on board with what the state is basically saying, that these are the invasive species. What I don't ever want to get into the habit is of us picking what we think is invasive. And so this is all in line with the state.
Correct.
But this isn't what we're doing right now. This, hello, stranger. Okay, so let's read this into the record and introduce, unless you want to introduce your team first. No? Okay. So this is a proclamation, and it has to do with Arbor Day. So in 1872, Erling Morton encouraged the Nebraska Board of Agriculture to establish a day dedicated to planting of trees. The observance known as Arbor Day was first celebrated with the planting of more than 1 million trees across Nebraska. Arbor Day is now recognized and celebrated throughout the United States and around the world. Whereas trees play a vital role in conserving soil, reducing erosion caused by wind and water, lowering energy costs, which we all could use, moderating temperatures, improving air quality, producing oxygen, and providing essential habitat for wildlife. Trees are a renewable source that supply paper, wood for our shelter, fuel, and countless other products that support daily life. Trees enhance the beauty of our communities and serve as a source of joy, inspiration, and renewal for all people. Now therefore, I, Timothy P. Doherty, Mayor of the Town of Morristown, do hereby proclaim April 26, 2026 as Arbor Day in the Town of Morristown, and I urge all residents to observe this day by supporting efforts to protect our trees and woodlands, and by planting and caring for our trees to ensure a healthier environment for present and future generations. It is really important. Kristen's been the chair of our Shade Tree Commission, which is the ordinance I created many, many years ago, and knows the importance of our shade and our trees. How many trees have we planted?
Over 1,000.
It's pretty good for a 2.9 square mile town. So keep up the good work. Congratulations. Thank you all for what you guys do.
Hi, everybody. I first want my team to introduce themselves, because while you're all used to hearing me You don't see them that often, and they are behind the scenes doing really hard work for our town.
Paula Zimmon.
Jonathan Kim.
And RJ Bell.